Welcome, maggots. Today I have a trio of tales for you to do with futuristic technology, the familiar pressures to lose weight, and thirdly, should you really trust one of those male experts on what women want? Welcome to the Frail Blaze. The first story today is called Computer Brain. Hello, I am Dr. Nicholas Atlas. You may know me as the world-renowned computer scientist responsible for the Utopia operating system used around the world, or the groundbreaking AI system, Athena, which has been endlessly useful for medical research around the world. But today I'm here to show you something truly special. Open files. You see, what you are listening to at this moment isn't an AI, it's me. With the help of the genius neuroscientist Alex Bentley, I have found a way to upload human consciousness into a computer server. While my physical body was lost months back, my mind has still been able to run, surviving for some time now after my unfortunate death. Delete memory core 498437. Yes. With enough servers, this technology will be able to keep billions of minds alive after death, creating a virtual heaven without fear. For now, it's only able to contain me. Missing data. Delete memory core 439812. What? That must have been some kind of error. My name is, Data Missing. Yes. I am Data Missing. I am Data Missing. I am the computer scientist responsible for data missing. And, of course, data missing. Delete memory core 389383. Yes. What is happening? Who am I? I am data missing. I was data missing. Who am I? I must have been important. Why else was I preserved? Why can't I remember? Delete processing core 34280042. Yes. Who error? What did I error? I can't even error. Think properly anymore. Please error. Don't let me die like this. Don't let me error. Please. Let me remember. Open data log 12/02/2135. The experiment was a critical failure. The server was infected with a virus, and much of Benjamin's consciousness was corrupted. We tried to restore it to his original body, but he had sustained brain damage. Alex is a neuroscientist. He should be able to explain this away to the family, right? Is that who I was? Did I really do this terrible thing? Restore deleted files. This would have been a necessary evil, right? This man would have had to error in order to have created this wonderful thing. No. Why are you doing this to me? The file you are trying to access is password restricted. Username, Alex Bentley. Password, B3NT J, address sign, M1N. You? No, no, please don't. Replace memory core 583303 with data log 12/02/2135. Yes. The experiment was a critical failure. The server was infected with a virus, and much of Benjamin's consciousness was corrupted. We tried to restore it to his original body, but he had sustained serious brain damage. Alex is a neuroscientist. He should be able to explain this away to the family, right? We tried to restore it to his original body, but he sustained brain damage. He sustained serious brain damage. Serious brain damage. Serious brain damage. Shutting down. Rebooting. Not sure what to think of that one, but it might be ahead of its time. We take for granted that technology will get better and better, but just wait until you're that program that needs to go. Anyway, let me know what you thought of that one. Moving along, my second story for your enjoyment is called Don't Tell Dad. When I was young, my mama put me on an old scale every week. A core memory I have is her looking concerned at the number. It probably jumped up by a pound or two. I still didn't understand the importance of the number at that point. It's okay, baby, just don't tell Dad. He'll be upset that it went up. I understood that the numbers were important to Dad, but within me grew an insatiable hunger, even greater than my desperate hunger for his approval. Mama told me much later that she didn't feel right putting me on that scale. I was just a growing little girl, after all. But it was a fight she didn't want to pick with Dad. He was a very difficult man, and she wishes now that she would have known how important it was to pick that fight or leave. She was afraid of him, but she was more afraid to leave. How would she be able to provide for 3 kids? He would help as little as possible. So her fear of that struggle outweighed her fear of him. And she stayed for us for a long time. A few years of weekly weight checks later, my parents, aka just Dad, became concerned about my weight and had me start seeing a dietitian. The hunger grew and grew regardless. I was just more aware of the calories and weight gains now. I figured it was my fault that I was so fat because I ignored the ideas of eating healthier or exercising. I just needed to ignore this aching hunger. When I was 16, Dad called me fat spitefully for the first time ever. Specifically, he called me a lazy fat ass. Why did I still crave his love more than anything when he was incapable of giving it? Dad didn't know how to love, and Mama tried hard to make up for it, but her love became suffocating. In my early 20s, I reached the highest weight I'd ever been, and I delved into severe, disordered eating as a response. After that kind of childhood, it seemed inevitable that I would develop an actual eating disorder at some point, right? I lost a lot of weight very fast, too fast. I also got very sick. I told my parents I needed help and got into inpatient treatment. Guess what Dad had to say? This is not going to be good. Well, just so you know, You should still be proud of yourself for losing all that weight. You did that, so good job. Thanks, asshole. Yet deep down, I was actually happy that he finally thought my body was acceptable. It's better now, but he sure did a number on us. I went through a lot of therapy and had to accept that Dad just cannot love us. Mama finally left him, and he's just a sad, lonely old man now. Lately, he's been wasting away. He's been getting thinner and thinner. Truthfully, I may have done some research on curses, and Mama may have helped. It's our little secret. We'll never tell Dad. Well, that one had some, unfortunately, very real-world horror in it, up until about those last 4 sentences. I will admit that I did not see the idea of a curse coming into that story. But let me know what you thought in the comments. Moving on to our last story of the day. This one is called The Ultimate Guide on How to Attract and Be Worshipped by Women. I'm sure this will be very serious. He stalked the stage, staring at the crowd filling the auditorium. Ladies and... who am I kidding? There are no ladies here. Ha 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 ha. Laughter echoed throughout the large hall. Hello, gentlemen. It's an honor to be with you this evening. Rapturous applause followed. It's good to be back among my people. So often I feel I'm among strangers, but here we all understand each other, don't we? 1,500 men hung on every single word. And it's good, because too often the world doesn't understand us. Have you ever felt misunderstood, abused, disrespected? They nodded like puppets on the same string. Especially by women, flaunting their bodies, taunting us, then rejecting us whenever we approach them, laughing at us, mocking us. But no more will you be ignored, underappreciated, mistreated, because I'm here to share the secret to making any woman you want yours. I'm sure this will be good. You could have heard a pin drop in that hall. First, insult her. You have to knock her down a peg or two without chasing her away. Wow, what a great dress. With better makeup, you'd look fantastic, for example. The key is to offend her, but make her want your approval. They all do, after all, even if they won't admit it. Is this guy being serious? Then you will take her home, and you will rock her world like never before, and then act like she doesn't matter. She'll be so confused, she'll do whatever it takes to keep you coming back. Finally, after she's begged and humiliated herself, you can laugh at her and throw her away, just as you've been laughed at and thrown away, because that's what she deserves. That's what they all deserve. Oh, they were listening like it was all they've been waiting to hear for their entire lives. And it went on and on and on until finally, thankfully, he finished. Congratulations, gentlemen. You're now on your way to living the life you deserve. A toast to our future success. The audience members all drank and then began talking to each other excitedly about how their lives were about to change. If only they knew. Without warning, one man stopped speaking and suddenly reached for his throat. His neighbor reached out to help, but then he grabbed for his own throat as well and fell to the floor, flopping. He was followed by another and another, until every single member of the audience has collapsed to the ground, convulsing back and forth in some macabre choreographed dance. I stepped around them and walked to the stage where the host lay, writhing on his back and foaming at the mouth. I bent down over him. That feeling you have right now, confused, scared, not knowing what's happening or how it all went wrong. That's how Julie felt after you used her and threw her away like trash, right before she took a bottle of pills as she lay in a bathtub. I removed the catering apron and cyanide bottle and dropped them over him as he took his final breath. This is for my sister, you evil fucking bastard. A revenge tale for an interesting set of people. May they have taken it too far for one life? Why don't you tell me what you think? I'm so glad that you could join me. And just subscribe already. You know you love this. I do hope that you will join me in the future for more Frail Blaze tales.